What's going on, everybody? You're all doing well. Hopefully, Sunday is off to a good start. Everybody's feeling energetic, feeling alive, feeling like it's their time, taking on a new week. It's a lot going on in the world. A lot going on in the world. Got a new administration taking office in January of 2025. King Zeke. Not only do we have a new administration taking office, we got the administration that was in office. They stepping their way out. What does that mean for you? Where do you stand? Is your life about to flip upside down? Have you based everything on what's going on in life based on what's going on in the political realm? Is that what is determining your life? Or do you live your life based off of what's best for you and your family if you have a family of your own? You know, Tim Walz, where is he going? Is he going back to Minnesota? Kamala Harris, she does have to go back to the White House. She has to continue being vice president. She's got a few weeks left of being vice president, and then it's time to screw somewhere else. I don't know what the future lies for Ho, what the future lies for her. Donald J. Trump is going to be stepping into office in January, and I'm pretty sure this country is going to be an exciting place. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of things going on. A lot of things are going to be going on for the good and for the bad. But again, where does that stand concerning you? Where are you at with all of this? Are you good? Are you sad? Are you glad? Are you mad? Are you happy? Are you depressed? Are you looking for something good? Are you just lost? Do you not know what to do with yourself? Do you feel your rights have been taken away? Do you? Do you feel that you no longer have a choice? Did you not realize that you could have made a choice? Did you not remember that it was a choice of which you freely exercised that got you to the point of saying you now have the freedom to make a choice? You chose already. That's why you now have to make a choice. Nobody's giving you that choice. God already gave you the choice because God said to choose ye this day life or death. But he didn't leave it at that. He did say to choose life. That's just a little nugget. Not going too far into that, but that's just a little nugget. So he did actually say, choose life. So, ironically, do we think today that we don't have a choice? Does a woman have a right to choose based on what the government says? Is and are women choosing to be actively involved? I think they are. So if they're choosing to be actively involved, what is the quote unquote right that the government can give them? Why are so many political officials and political pundits saying that a woman's right to choose is what they're fighting for? A right to choose what exactly? And are women not choosing? I don't get how a woman could be, well, it's not the case anymore, but I don't get how a woman could be fighting for the highest office in the land, but yet it could be sold that women don't have rights. How is that possible? How do you not have a right when, oh, are you having a good day? I'm having a lovely day. I thank you, Karen. I appreciate you. It looks like a bow on my head. It does, but it's not. That's something that belongs to my wife. Um, it's funny. It is funny. No, it's cool. It's cool. It could be there. Oh well, you know who that is. Nevertheless, how is it that we see a woman in office as vice president, and then while she was in office as vice president, a woman's right to choose wasn't really much of the case, but then when she got to running for office of the presidency, Now all of a sudden, a woman's right to choose was on the line. Karen, can you give me some feedback on that? I hope you're having a great day as well. What is your perspective? What is your take on that? I'm trying to figure out, do women have a right to choose, period, all the time? I don't want to sound like I'm in some warped world, but I would be of the impression that a woman has a right to choose all the time, that women are choosing every single day. Women are choosing to get into relationships and they're choosing not to, right? And it's only up to everybody else to respect that if a woman wants to be in a relationship or if she doesn't want to be in a relationship. And then if she's actively involved, and you know what I mean when I say actively involved, if she's actively involved in that relationship, then those activities can lead to pregnancy because that's typically what is going to lead to pregnancy. So, when exactly did women become disenfranchised that they can't choose when you have a woman running? No longer now, we understand that, but you have a woman running for the office of the presidency of the United States of America. She seemed to be pretty much empowered to make decisions. She actually said when she was going to get into office the type of decisions she was going to make. So I see empowerment. I don't see her being disenfranchised. I see her standing up for what it is that she believes in. Whether you agree with her or not, whether you believe her or not, is not really the point. But the fact of the matter is that she's able to walk and trek all throughout this country, city to city, state to state, and say what it is that she stands behind. So if that's what it is that she stands behind and that's the foundation of her platform, how exactly is it that a woman wouldn't have a right to choose? I think and I see and I want, as one, a husband, and as two, a father of daughters, I want the women in my personal life to be able to live a life of where they live a responsible, productive life and where they make actions that's best for their lifestyle and their way of living, and they choose to engage in activity that supports their core belief system. Is that different from someone else? Is there someone else who would look at that and go, well, that's a man's way of thinking, or you're not a woman, or you're this or you're that? These things kind of leave me scratching my head because, in addition to that, for the previous years, we were not easily and readily identifying what a woman was. We were saying a woman was based on identity. Now we're openly declaring that being a woman is based on biology, and that when it comes to the government, they can take the rights away from women, but the rights of which they take away from a woman is her right to choose, which seems to be only exclusive to a biological woman. But we were in a very gray area over what it was that a woman is. If I try to make sense of all of this stuff that's being said and all of these things that's being done, I end up in a very, very confused place if I follow that. So, again, where are we? Where are our women? Where are the women of our country? Where are the women of our communities? Where are the women of our families? Where are they headed? Are they headed down a dark, dark path? Or are they headed down a bright future? Here's a quick thing. Prior to Kamala Harris being Vice President of the United States of America, Donald Trump was the president. Donald Trump was the president of the United States of America for 4 years. After he was the president of the United States of America for 4 years, a woman became vice president, right? A woman became vice president. If a woman was able to achieve the second highest office in the land after the 4 years of Donald J. Trump, why is it that now it is being sold to the people that women will have rights stripped and taken away from them? What exactly is the right that we are referring to? I would like to know. because it was also said that particularly black people's voting rights was being taken away from them. Their voting rights was going to be taken away. So again, if their voting rights were taken away, why is it that so many people are blaming black people, especially black men, for the way of how they voted? You made it seem like they didn't even have the right to begin with. So if they didn't have the right because those rights were being taken away, why are you upset over them exercising their right? Again, if I listen to what it is that's being said with so much fervor behind it, I find myself in a land where there is nothing but confusion being spoken. That is the language. The language is confusion. I'm just not seeing it if I try to think logically, if I try to decipher what it is that's being spilled out through the airwaves, what's in the algorithm. I just don't see how this stuff adds up. And the more questions I have for these type of things, it's the less answers of what it is I actually get. And when I raise questions to people, you know what it is that I get? I get anger. I get insults. I get very little explanation. I get very little clarification. I get little to no elaboration or justification. I end up with insults from people. That's what I end up with. When I ask basic questions on what it is that's been said and what it is that they stand behind, very few, if any, are willing and comfortable and confident enough to stand up to say, this is why it is that we feel this way, or we stand behind this, or we believe in that. And if that's really your best argument, you really don't have any. So if that's the case, then that leads me to believe you're not actually going about something to make anything better for anyone because you can't even tell me why it's better for you. People could discuss some of the simplest things in the world, like a route to work, and they could tell you why they think that route would be better for you. Less traffic, less lights, less police, whatever the case may be. But something as simple as that. But yet, if it's life altering and life changing, you can't give a concrete elevator pitch or some form of explanation over why it is that you want to encourage others to go about your way. That's our check-in for today. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for checking in on the live. See y'all again soon.